Halito, author Sarah Elizabeth Sawyer here, and I wanted to do a video review on this book, Yours is the Night by Amanda Dykes. I know it says it's available for pre-order. It actually did release in the summer of 2021. I read it a couple of months ago, so I'm not real fresh on the story and all the pieces, but it's one of those books that sticks with you for a while. It's also one of those books that I read just a little bit at a time and just let that process before picking it back up. Once I got to the midpoint, though, I pretty well read it solid all the way through. And that's not because the first part was dull in any way. It was just one of those that I just wanted to take it in one bite at a time. Partly because it is set in World War One. Whenever I was doing my novel, A Number Warrior, Choctaw Code Talkers of World War One, I couldn't find very much good World War One fiction that really showed the battlefields. A lot of them were about nurses who weren't quite on the front lines or maybe had the experience on the front lines, or just very brief clips of the hero on the battlefield. One thing that this book is, it's not constantly on the battlefield by any means, especially in the setup period, but the first battle that it does show that the main character undergoes just had me putting the book down for a while, because it felt like I was back whenever I was doing my own book. And it took me a while to recover from doing A Number Warrior, from reading those firsthand accounts and thinking about what the doughboys went through and what our soldiers even today go through who are in combat. And just the way that Amanda presented the story, the entire story is very lyrical, but also very practical. It doesn't lose you in having too much poetry, but yet her entire book is almost like a work of poetry. Yet it's very firmly a story with characters that are driving the plot, that are experiencing a variety of traumas and tragedies, and also beauty and hope. And that's something that I really, really enjoyed with this book. The ending did not disappoint, which that's the thing with any book I read. If I didn't quite get into certain parts of it, but I'll keep reading on through, and as long as the ending's good, then it's something that I tell others, yes, that's a book worth reading. And this book, Yours is the Night, was definitely that. There are some hard scenes, some difficulties that are dealt with very well in this book, and I just appreciated Amanda's style and the way that she tackled telling this World War One story, because again, that's not something I see very often. If you have a favorite World War One novel, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to take a look at it. Even though my project is done, my novel project is done, it's just one of those things that has gotten into my life and has continued to be something that I read about and study and want to honor these men who went through those things on the front lines, on the battlefields, and the men and women behind the scenes and what they endured as well. This book captures all of that. It was inspired by the tomb of the unknown soldier, which I've been at in Arlington, and that's a very moving experience. And I understand why it inspired Amanda to dig deep and do this novel. So thank you, Amanda, for writing this book. And readers, I hope you will go check out Yours is the Night by Amanda Dykes. Chibi Salachiki, I'll talk to you again soon.